That is our discussion. Which character do you think you identify with? किस character से आप अपने आप को identify करते हैं? In the story, the animal farm. किसी से नहीं, उसमें कुछ अच्छे भी लोग हैं, कुछ अच्छे कैरेक्टर्स हैं. ठीक है, आपका ये टास्क रहा.
बॉक्स.
अब सब बॉक्सर ही बन जाएंगे.
मैम उनका सपना था कि वो बनाने का, वही हमको अच्छा लगा.
स्नोबॉल का.
मैम
नो मैम.
Boxer ka to he did not have any dreams. Boxer did not have any dreams. He was only doing what is told. He does not have any dreams. All right. Again, I am discussing the alphabetical list of boxer of Animal Farm, and then you decide which character are you inspired by, and on which character do you think you can identify with. So let us continue.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I would like to say something, ma'am.
Yeah, of course.
Ma'am, I think, ma'am, Snowball's character is very beautifully written, ma'am, because he's the one, ma'am, who inspire other animals to read, and he was the character, ma'am, who is just trying to make other animals on the farm educate, ma'am, literate, ma'am. He's just trying to spread his knowledge, as well as as the animal farm becomes prosperous, becomes wealthier. He also come up with a new building a windmill, and he gathered the other animals also. So it also signifies that he is giving the opportunity for other animals to participate in whatever the decisions is being taken for the benefit of the farm, ma'am. So he is giving actual equal opportunity to all the other animals on the farm to participate, ma'am. While in the contrast, ma'am, what Napoleon does is just the opposite what Snowball's character is, ma'am.
So Snowball is kind of a good politician, an honest politician, whereas Napoleon represents a corrupt politician. Yeah. And let us discuss.
And ma'am, it also
yeah.
Ma'am, it also denotes that, ma'am, whenever someone tries to do good for the for benefit for the beings, ma'am, whoever reside in the place, always there is someone who just try to manipulate the other ones, just try to invade his own territory and made his own territory, ma'am. Just try to
even this is happening everywhere. Like
yes.
The people who are the police, the Mr. Kunal, he was doing good, and he was lot of sting operations were carried on. There's a PNM Mall or 9 to 9, and he was doing good work. So what happened? And so he was transferred to such a place where a lot of transfers and posting. जो भी अच्छा काम करता है उसको ट्रांसफर हो जाता है, उसको वो शंटिंग में भेज दिया जाता है. So this is always there. People who try to do good, they are punished in some one way or the other. So let us talk about
the harsh condition of our society, ma'am.
Yeah, this is the hard reality, and that is why this animal farm is so it is so captivating, it's so intriguing that you have to read it to understand it. So and then,
ma'am, also, ma'am, Snowball is not the someone who just try to become the leader of the animals, ma'am, because he is spreading knowledge, he is spreading literacy, ma'am, so that all the other, if he will be not there with them in the future, someone from among the animals would lead them, would show the direction, ma'am, would show the path that, oh, this is the path where you should walk on. So this is the kind of character Snowball has, ma'am.
All right. Snowball, when we are coming to Snowball, let us talk about him. He is a young boar who becomes one of the rebellion's most valuable leaders, and he draws complicated plans for the windmill. So he's one animal who does a lot of things, who thinks sort of good for the people, and then later when it is found out by Napoleon, he is chased away by the dogs, and he almost lost his life when these all ferocious dogs they attacked him. So almost इसने जान अपनी गवा दी थी, और वो he was chased away because he was doing good for the animal farm. And Napoleon, we already know, Napoleon is always right, and it was his maxim. It was a boxer is an asset in the animal farm, and he works hard, and he represents the middle class people, and he always has two things to ponder upon, two things to think, and two lines were his favorite lines. Napoleon is always right, and I'm going to work harder. So in the chapter 3, you will see that animals spend summer harvesting the crops, best harvest the farm has ever known. So after taking over the animal farm, the animals worked really hard. Everybody worked, all the animals worked hard. And that summer, animals spent that summer harvesting the crops. And it was the best harvest that the farmer has ever known. And then Molly is the horse, and the cat are the only animals who constantly get out of working. And so there are two characters. Molly is a horse, which she never works, and the cat, which is the pet of Mr. Jones. They are the only animals who does no work. And there you see Molly. Molly is a white horse, and she always has a red ribbon, and she is a favorite of Mr. Jones. Potan a pet animal. She was also a pet animal, and she was so beautiful, and she was so proud, and she represents the younger generation of the upper class, the younger generation of the upper class. So they are very proud of their looks, they're very proud of their grooming, and they will walk with their chin up high, and they are proud. And the commandments told them that all the animals have to talk within themselves in the farm, and nobody will speak outside with anybody, with any stranger. But Molly was always looking for attention, and because she was so pretty, the horse was so beautiful that the neighboring farmers, they always spoke to her, and finally she runs away from the horse. वो चली भी जाती है. Finally she leaves, she elopes. Somebody takes her away from the animal farm. And she is a very stupid kind of girl. She doesn't know like what is what, and what is happening, she does not know. And she's only worried about, will there be candy, will there be will I be getting all the benefit I was getting, like I was the pet animal of Mr. Jones. But now that Mr. Jones is not there, what about my benefits, my perks? वो सब कुछ हमको मिलेगा कि नहीं? She was only worried about, will there be a mountain of candy mountain hoga ki nahi? So these are the things that Molly is worried about. A very stupid kind of a animal. So the minor characters are the dogs, the pigs, and the Muriel. Minor, the major characters we talked about, and the minor characters, like the dogs, they become the police dogs. We already talked about too, and the pigs, the cleverest animals on the farm, find it easier to learn to read and write. And the pigs were the largest and the cleverest animals, and they work hard, and then minus Napoleon and the top 3 officials. So these pigs are trying to, they try to work hard, and they try to read and write the animalism and understand. And so they teach the other animals. They do not produce food by their own labor. They do not work hard, but then they are getting all the good food. They don't produce, but they are getting all the good food because they feel they are the brain workers, and they need to eat more. And Muriel is a white goat, and she learns to read and write better than the dogs can. So the dogs can read, the pigs can read, and Muriel can read. Who is Muriel? Muriel is a white goat. She learns to read and read even better than the dogs can, and sometimes reads to the others in the evenings from scraps of newspaper which she finds on the rubbish heap. So who is Muriel? Muriel is a educated class. The white goat, and she learns to read, and then she reads out from the newspaper, which she finds on the rubbish. The minority or working class who are educated. So this is Muriel, a white goat. So Muriel, a goat who believes in the rebellion, she watches as Animal Farm slips away from its founding principles. So she watched how the principles were changing, how the commandments were changing, and how the commandments were reduced from 7 to 1. Like all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal. So Muriel reappears the minority of the, sorry, represents the minority of the working class people who are educated enough to decide things for themselves and find critical and hypocritical problems with their leaders. And they find there's some technical problems with the leaders. They know about the problems because they're educated. They know the ins and outs of the government. Unfortunately, for the other animals, Muriel is not charismatic or inspired enough to take action and oppose Napoleon and the pigs. Like all other animals, Muriel is also very she is well behaved, she is knowledgeable, but she does not have the nerve. She does not have the guts to take action. She is not charismatic. She is not one person who can, who has the larger size picture, and there is no charisma about it. Nothing is very elaborate about her thinking or about her persona, and she is. And she is not inspired by the others to take any action against Napoleon, for one reason, that if you spoke about Napoleon and if you went against him, then he will have you killed. So with the fear of the terrorism, like the animals kept a very low profile and they did not even think about going against Napoleon. So the young pigs, the minibus, a poetic, who is minibus? Minimus. I said minimus. So the pigs were the type of rulers of animal farm, as they command everything and order the other animals to do all work, and themselves they enjoyed. So pigs, ऐसे थे जो काम ही नहीं करते, they never worked, but they had all the benefit of everything. They had all the what do you say, the luxury that others were denied of. They were not the others were deprived of the good food and the comfort, so which the pigs were enjoying. So let us talk about some other animals. Minimus.
Benefits.
Benefits का मतलब benefits. Yeah. Benefits means the other animals were working really hard. Like they used to eat all the eggs, they used to eat all the good food, and the others were deprived of even the basic food. So this is one reason why the animals rebelled in the end. And the animals said, when Mr. Jones was there, everybody went hungry or everybody ate. वो देते थे तो सबको देते थे, भूखा रख देते तो सबको रख देते. There was no favoritism. एक को दिया दो को नहीं दिया, ऐसा नहीं था. When you were hungry, all of us were hungry, and when they were fed, everybody was fed in the same way. The quality was never questioned. So they said, after all, human beings are better than animals. So why this? The Napoleon is a pig, but why is he? Why this discrimination? So after all, they decided that yes, Mr. Jones was a bad man, but then Napoleon is worse. So Minimus is poetic. He used to write poetry, and so a poetic pig who writes the second and third national anthems of Animal Farm after the singing of Beasts of England is banned. So Minimus is a very creative writer, like content writer. He is the media person of Napoleon. The piglets, hinted to be the children of Napoleon, albeit not truly, noted in the novel, and are the first generation of animals actually subjugated to the idea of animal inequality. The young pigs, 4 pigs who complained about Napoleon, and then what happened? They were silenced or they were executed, sorry, and they were killed. The young pigs, the young generation, they always go against, they start a rebellion. Like the student body is a very powerful body. And these young pigs, these 4 pigs they stood up against Napoleon and then they were killed. And then I told you about Pink Eye. And who was the Pink Eye? Pink Eye is a minor pig who is mentioned only once. And who is he? He is the food taster of Napoleon. If somebody is going to poison him or not, because there was a rumor that some animals are all out to poison Napoleon. So then Pink Eye was hired. So he's a minor
Ma'am?
pig. Hello?
Ma'am,
Yeah, Vinayak.
ma'am, executed means killed, na?
Yeah. Executed. Okay, Pink Eye. A minor pig who is mentioned only once, and he is the pig who tastes that Napoleon's food to make sure it is not poisoned. So, and this is in response to rumors about an assassination attempt on Napoleon. So there was an attempt to assassinate, to see, even the words which are used are very political, assassination, the political murder. So they were all, there was a rumor that a bid to assassinate Napoleon. But then Pink Eye was hired and he used to taste the food, and then only then Napoleon ate. These are the 3 neighbors, Mr. Pilkington, Mr. Pilkington, Mr. Wimper, and Mr. Frederick. Mr. Pilkington, the owner of the Foxwood, another farm, he eventually sells some of his lands to Napoleon. So Mr. Pilkington was a farmer, a neighboring farmer, and he finally, he sells some of his land to Napoleon. An enemy of Pilkington, yeah, sorry for the interruption, network issues. So, an enemy of Pilkington, an owner of Pinchfield, Mr. Wimper, and Mr. Frederick. Who is Mr. Frederick? He's an enemy of Pilkington. So, Mr. Pilkington and Mr. Frederick are enemies. So, he's the owner of another farm, known for driving hard bargains. He swindles Napoleon. He later attacks the farm but is defeated. And Mr. Wimper, he is the solicitor. He is a lawyer, solicitor hired by Napoleon to act as an intermediary in animal farms, trading with other farms. So Mr. Pilkington, Mr. Frederick, both are at loggerheads. They are on warpath, and Mr. Wimper is a solicitor. Hello, can you hear me? Like there's no response from you guys. No, whatever happened. So who were the sheep? They always had this chorus. 4 legs, 4 legs good, 2 legs better later on. And the sheep, true to the typical symbol meaning of sheep, represents those people who have little understanding of the situation. Like the people, the villagers, गांव के लोग, सीधे साधे भोले भाले लोग, उनको कोई मतलब नहीं सिचुएशन क्या है, कौन है, who is in power, they do not know anything. They are very simple people. The sheep, as it is known for their simplicity, so it represents those people who have little understanding of their situation and thus are willing to follow their government, blindly follow karte wo log. And then we spoke a lot about snowball. Snowball takes the major of the space in this character analysis, and we'll do that in the next class. So, Mr. Vempa, we talked about.
Please share the PDF, ma'am.
I think you already have the PDF, don't you?